Hello and welcome to the Monday edition of Talking Football, and today, following a weekend of Euro Qualifiers, we will take an in-depth look at the different groups, especially following on the games of last night. With me here to do it are Amit Leventhal, football analyst for the Israel Hayom Daily, and I-24 news reporter Michael Friedman. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
After many years of continued disappointments, Israeli football finally experienced a magical evening. What was the Dutch reaction to their terrible start of their campaign? And what happens if you lose to the Faroe Islands? All that and much more coming up. Let's get started. We begin with Group B, that is evolving in a very interesting way. Israel tops the group with 9 points and a game in hand. This following the 3-0 win last night over Bosnia. No goals in Brussels between Belgium and Wales. That means the Welsh are second, and Cyprus easily beats Andorra 5-0 at home. The Israeli crowd is used to disappointments from its football team so many times. The high expectations ahead of the qualifiers were smashed once the games began. Not this time. With a beautiful new venue and an electrifying team, the high expectations were finally met. Michael Friedman spent the happy evening in the new Sami Ofer Stadium in the northern Israeli city of Haifa.
It was a night like no other, and the air surrounding the stadium can be compared to a top European city in the world. Israel put themselves on the map as a true football nation after last night's 3-0 win in their brand new Sami Ofer Stadium.
No, it's my first time here. I've heard it's amazing.
The arena gathered around 30,000 passionate supporters from both sides with all the emotions of a huge football match. The fans from Bosnia traveled all the way to the city of Haifa with an army of fans. The loud-sung Bosnians with high hopes for their team soaked in the Israeli air.
It's a special game for us, for our team and everything, and it's for Israelis. And I hope we're gonna win tonight.
The joyful cheering was going back and forth with their country's anthems and team songs, but the Israeli voice is always the loudest at home. The large drums and passionate supporters proved to be the key.
It's amazing. It's so exciting to be here, and I don't know, we can't wait to start the game.
The family fun affair brings everyone together, kicking around outside the stadium and even playing foosball with one another. The Israelis came with their face painted, scarves, and everything here to live the game like a party. There was even a man drawing the blue and white colors on other fans to give his country positive energy.
Of course, I think these cute kids with the moral and the color on the face must make us happy before and also happy after.
Besides the party, the Israelis have the Euro 2016 in mind.
You're going to see 100,000 people in France next summer, or two summers from now. 2 summers from now.
While the 2016 Euro Qualifiers are still underway, the Israeli team and fans have sent a message to the rest of the group and the world that they are a team and a country looking for glory.
Michael, you were there last night. Looks like so much fun, so un-Israeli.
It really was something I've never seen before in Israel. It was electric. The fans in the stadium, everyone was screaming and shouting. They even had the wave going. Everybody was there having a blast. It was something special, and the fact that they won 3-0, it really was able to get the fans involved. And I think the players were able to really, move from that, and ultimately it was just a wonderful evening.
And Amit, you asked about the effect of a stadium. Israel played up until now in the old Ramat Gan Stadium, an old venue with no atmosphere. This, a brand new atmosphere with all the sound in, and it worked on the pitch as well.
Yes, I think, it turned on also the team itself, the Israeli team. You saw that they really want to win because of all this new environment. And there is also another thing, not have something to do with sports. It's more about sociology. When you have such a stadium, a European, a modern stadium, then the crowd suddenly, they are more culture, you can say. They act, they behave.
Israeli fans
they
can
sing.
actually behave.
Yeah, you saw them become like Europeans because the stadium, it's like treating them like, like with respect. So they have respect back for everything, for all the events that's going on. And it was terrific to see 32,000 in an atmosphere I never seen before in an Israel match.
And now the other big game in this group ended in a goalless draw between Wales and Belgium, a relatively good result for the Welsh. And here's what their manager had to say following the game.
If we're serious about doing something in this campaign, we've got to come here and get something. That's 4 games we've played. We've had 2 clean sheets, one away to Belgium, 1 home to Bosnia, and 2 games where when you're up against a very, very good team. And sometimes I think maybe 18 months ago we would have buckled in that game tonight and lost the game. But we didn't. I think we have grown as a team. I think we're definitely more... We've got a better game understanding when we don't have possession at this level, at the international level, against players that if you're half a yard too slow or too short, they're going to punish you. So, we're getting better at that.
Amit, with Bosnia probably out of the way, it seems like these 2 teams, Belgium and Wales, will be the ones standing in Israel's way for the Euro, and they will both be playing in Israel in March. How do you see the matchups, and is Bosnia really out?
No, first of all, I would not write Bosnia out because of the system. If third place, you can qualify from third place, you cannot, of course, say that they already lost their chances, and especially you need to take into account that Bosnia still has home games against Wales and Israel. And now probably they will change the coach. The injured players will get back in March. They still had to. They didn't play against Andorra, unlike the other big teams in this group. So it's not as bad maybe as it seems right now. But certainly Bosnia has lost its way after the World Cup.
This matchup between Israel, Belgium, and Wales. We all expect Belgium to be first. Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, because it's a tight group, of 4 teams that all the games so far between Bosnia, Wales, and Belgium ended up draw. And Israel yesterday had the first win, and not just a win, but a big win. And you also
goal difference may be important.
Yes, and considering the fact that in the Euro qualifying, the head-to-head counts if you are have the same points as other other team, then it's a big advantage for Israel, of course. Belgium are underachieving so far, but no one is getting nerves or something like that, because they have confidence in their quality. The best generation of all time, they say in Belgium. So and Wales, they have ambition that many years you haven't witnessed in Wales, this small country.
And one Gareth Bale. Let's remember that.
Yeah, aspiring to go to a big tournament for the 2nd time ever, and first since 1958.
In March, both Wales and Belgium will be coming to Israel. 2 great matchups, no doubt about it. Now to Group A, that was also played last night, and after 2 defeats in the first 3 matches, Dutch manager said he may step aside if the Orange lose again at home to Latvia. Well, Husidink still has a job. His team won 6-0, reminding everybody they're still the strongest side in this group. Poor Latvia had the ones to take it. Even if they're only 3rd in the group in the moment, the Netherlands are undoubtedly the strongest in the group. The match between group leaders ended with the Czech Republic keeping their perfect record following the win over Iceland in Istanbul. And Turkey beat Kazakhstan 3-0. Michael, everything is calm on the Orange side now, but before the match there was big pressure on Husidink to win this.
Yeah, the big headlines prior to the match was if the Netherlands lost, Husidink said he will quit. So this win allowed him to stay. Players such as Robin van Persie called this match a poker game for his manager. And the Daily Mail said that, Arjen Robben, him grabbing the double, the 2 goals was huge for them. But other news sources are saying that Hiddink is the wrong man for the job and that he should have retired a long time ago. The Dutch have been showing an abysmal performance since the World Cup, so it's been an issue.
And Amit, I have to ask you, Holland will probably be there. 3rd place qualifies. If they don't make the first 2, they'll go through the playoffs. But is Husidink the right man for the job?
it's still on the table, this question, and we need time. Everybody's saying now in the Netherlands, everyone who wants Hiddink to succeed said that Van Gaal had as well rough times with the media, getting criticized a lot during the World Cup and in qualifying, though it went much smoother for the Netherlands in last qualifying campaigns. Hiddink still needs to prove himself. It looks awful because they lost not only for Iceland and against Iceland and Czech Republic in this group, also against Italy and Mexico in friendly matches, and they really lack some cohesion. The young players are not up to the task. So there are problems, but I think they will be doing good, and maybe still dependent on Robben and how far he can take them. He's the big star of this team.
And undoubtedly, the Dutch are in trouble. Germany lost a match. Spain lost a match. We'll see the big teams.
Yeah, we need to to remember that there was a World Cup this summer. The teams that participated there are the players are a little bit tired. They need time to re-energize and get the batteries loaded again, and we'll see them back to their best. But now they're a little bit in hangover situation, and they know that in the current system they will not have problems qualifying.
They will be there, absolutely. Group H was the third one to be held on Sunday night, with the most interesting match played in Milan, where Croatia and Italy lost the perfect record they held when their match ended in a 1-1 draw. Norway is now back to the qualifying race after winning in Azerbaijan, and Malta managed a 1-1 draw in Bulgaria. So, Michael, Italy and Croatia both got the point, but that was not the biggest story at the San Siro last night.
Yeah, the big news around the Italy-Croatia match was the flares that were sent by the Balkan fans. They just threw them onto the pitch. They had to stop it in the 73rd minute. It was just an absolute mess. The referee was forced to stop the game actually 2 times. And the Croatian manager said, "I apologize to everyone, especially the Italians, for our supporters' behavior." It was clearly an absolute disgrace for his fans.
Yes, and that's as far as the Italy-Croatia match. That ended, as we said, at a 1-1 draw. Now to the other results. More matches were held earlier in the weekend. On Saturday, Spain beat Belarus in Group C, but they still trail behind group leaders Slovakia, who won in Macedonia. Wayne Rooney's 100th cap for England was perfect as he scored for the Three Lions, who beat Slovenia 3-1 at Wembley, keeping their perfect record. And Austria lead Group G following their win over Russia in Vienna. Sweden are second after getting a point in Montenegro. Zlatan Ibrahimovic scored for the Swedes. On to Friday's matches, where Poland and Germany each won their respective matches by the same 4-0 result in Group D, meaning the Poles are still 3 points clear of the Germans at the top. A major shock in Group F, where Greece, European champions in 2004, and one of the teams who played in the World Cup last summer, lost at home to the tiny Faroe Islands. And in Group F, Portugal beat Armenia, and as you can all expect, Cristiano Ronaldo was the man on target. Michael, the Greek press was furious with the team, with manager Ranieri, and it was very clear where this is going.
Yeah, the press has been speaking about the sacking of Claudio Ranieri. It was no surprise. I mean, an embarrassing loss against the Faroe Islands led to, they had no other choice really. It was the second dismissal for the manager in 1 year, as he was released by Monaco as well. And the Greek Federation, said that following today's devastating result for the national team, take full responsibility for the most unfortunate choice of coach, which has resulted in such a poor image for the national team. So perhaps they're going to now look to find someone who is a better fit, a more attacking-minded, and someone that's, they say, is not as much of a stale style of play.
And Amit, I have to ask you, the Greeks, yes, this loss is a catastrophe, but their whole qualifier campaign looked very bad with only a point so far.
A point and 1 goal and 3 home defeats against, teams like dreadful, like Northern Ireland, but
their group is one that
Faroe
they can
Islands,
qualify from.
Exactly, it's the most terrible group in the qualifiers from all 9 groups. It's the most gray, and you don't see any really good team there.
And
Romania, Hungary.
Sacking Ranieri, that's the answer?
Well, I think it was inevitable because Ranieri is, he is a loser, and you can go into the specific situation. He's not all at fault, but to bring him on a huge salary, for 2 years, 1.5 million euros, yeah, that was his contract. So to bring him, and he didn't have anyone to connect with the players. He didn't have a translator, which is basic for a guy who speaks only Italian. Now he speaks with every player different languages, but there is nothing, no team, and you see they play awfully. It's not that Faroe Islands, set at the back and manage to squeeze them with the goal. No, it should have been the best player in the field. Actually, was Konesis, the Greek goalkeeper, and Ranieri. He has his problem. I don't think we will see him in the top levels of football again. I remember once he was a Roma coach before a cup final match.
Yes, and we have to end this discussion. Obviously, Claudio Ranieri is not there for Greece. Amit Leventhal, Michael Friedman, thank you very much. And that's it for us today. We'll be here again tomorrow. Thank you for watching.